Playwright Centre was founded 2 years ago. We officially 2 years ago became a member of the Playwright Development Centres of Canada. We are happily to say that we're the 10th member, the newest in Canada and the only one in Ontario. The whole project began 4 years ago with the closing of a theatre company that had a program that helped promote playwrights. There were 5 playwrights and 1 dramaturg, which was myself. We started as a collective working out of a briefcase and accessed our first grant from the Ontario Arts Council. That was 4 years ago with 5 playwrights. We just today received our 101st member. We're fully funded by Canada Council, the Ontario Arts Council, and we've grown exponentially. So why a Playwright Centre? Playwrights need a place to play. They need a place to practice, they need a place to get the work up. I was in the midst of 35 different things last year. I was driving up Herb Street, and unbeknownst to me, because I was in my own little silo world, busy with everything else, and I noticed all these people lined up, gathering barrels and went up the street. And it was a complete diversity of our region. There were all colors, all ethnicities, all obviously both sexes, and all ages. From a woman with a stroller with it looked like a 5-year-old throwing the barrel up the street towards King Street, to this old couple that were sort of tottering, trying to get it into their minivan. And it was really intriguing to me because I'm from Toronto initially. I moved here 20 years ago. One of the big questions we always have is, who are we, what is what of the region? And while we asked that question, it was clear to me that in the dissemination and distribution and deconstruction of these barrels, there was some answer that these people had. There was a spirit of joy, there was a spirit of celebration, there was a spirit of excitement, and there was a spirit of take. So I spoke to my colleague and thought, well, why don't we try to find out a little bit about these barrels? In our initial conversations with people to find out what they did with these barrels, we began to find they were everything from, stained glass, garden equipment, someone's made a trophy out of it. It just became more and more interesting, and then we thought, man, there's a piece of theatre here. Modern theatre for us, in particular one of the types of theatre, and one of the ones that really interests Charmian and I, is more contemporary work. So you use, like Lepage, you use a lot of video, a lot of technical equipment. You engage audience in a lot of different ways, and so in that sense you work on all senses. Audiences have changed. Our attention spans tend to be less. We use a lot more technology than we used to do. So theatre has to reflect the human condition, and as such we use all the different means that are out there. You can reach us at lisa@patthedog, PATTHEDOG.org, or Charmian @patthedog, CHARMIAN @patthedog.org. Email us and we'll get in touch with you. It's the best way to get in touch. We have enough space and enough room to create something here that may be a series of pieces. If we get 100 different people, we want to tell 100 different stories, and we know 100 different ways to create those stories, to make that go through. So like any good collage, any good mosaic, any good piece, the more we get, the better. This Pat the Dog Playwright Centre, now an Ontario Centre, we have work that's won awards, and we have one playwright that I think has a really good chance of winning the Governor General's Award, came from something that had changed, that was deconstructed. And so I would suggest to you that our community is growing and changing very aggressively, but the best is yet to come.